All right, we're into day 2 of working on one of my transport trailers. And after replacing the hub on the second axle port side with the brand new hub and rotor, we're getting into changing the center of gravity of how this trailer carries a boat. Now, for the boat that this trailer was originally designed for, it had a forward cabin, a lot of front weight, but the majority of the boats that I haul now are center consoles. So what I need to do is move these axles back about 6 inches. And this is done through loosening up all of these U-bolts and moving the entire assembly back the exact same amount. So what I've done is I've taken a Sharpie and I've marked each location for each bolt. And I've drilled through my taillight extensions. Remember, the original taillight was right here, but the transom of the boat was way back here, about another 4 feet back. That means the outboards are typically way back here, about 6 feet, 7 feet back from where the taillight used to be. So I made these extensions with super bright taillights, and I'll put a link in the description so you can see how I did that. Pretty much I bolted them through to the cross member here and then put a U-bolt here. Well, I now have to move this U-bolt, and I've chosen this spot right here, and as you see, it goes all the way through because I drilled it perfecto. So now this will be the distance, and it's about 5-6 inches. I'll measure it in a little bit, but that really is going to make about 100 to 200 pound difference, maybe a little bit more on the tongue weight. But what that's also going to do is it's going to reduce some of the meandering the trailer has when boats have a full load of fuel, or they have full water tanks, or they have a lot of bow weight, or if the boats are got a lot of stern weight due to heavier outboards. Now the CG gets moved further aft, and then the trailer does this behind the truck. So that's what we're doing today. So stay tuned, and I'll add the little steps every step of the way. All right, I've currently loosened up all 13 U-bolts. Some of them were a little rusted, needed a little bit of help. So they got a nice little squirt of WD-40, but they all loosened up. Now I don't have to take the nuts off of them, I just have to loosen them up, because all we're gonna do is go to the other side, loosen that side up, and then slide these back. That's it. We're only sliding them back. And once that's done, we'll get to the next step. So we'll get the other side done. Got to remove the wheels over there. I shouldn't have put the other wheel back on, but I wasn't sure that I was going to do this today. But we're doing it. We're going to make it happen. Do you remember the scene in Days of Thunder where the engine had a leak and he was talking to the car and they said, "This isn't what I was looking from you"? Look, I just replaced the top light. And what happens? The bottom one breaks loose all on its own. How does that happen? It must be New York roads. All right, the entire right side's loosened up. James has already come in here and marked our lines so the axles will stay in alignment, each one. I still have this one to loosen up. I had to change out the battery on the drill, so I'm gonna pop that in, loosen this puppy up. Got the wires all disconnected, ready to get all 13 of these bolts done, and we'll slide the axles back. Yeah, we've created quite a mess today. All right, so I fixed the light. Thank God I just drilled a hole through the plastic cover that holds it on. I've aligned all the axles. Now I'm putting the rock lights in. And what these will do is I'm mounting these insanely bright rock lights. They're fully potted. We'll see how long they last. I mount them right here. Now the reason for that is two things. One, when you're transporting and it's nighttime, you want to be able to have light so you can check out your brakes, look at the condition of the hubs, see how much grease is leaking out. This is one of the original hubs from these axles when they were new. So far, this one back here and this one, and the one over there in that corner are the originals. I've replaced this one and the two on the forward and middle axle over there. But what this will do is it'll emit light into the wheel. And one, it gives you a chance to be able to look at your brakes at nighttime, see if you've got any pins that are working themselves out. But it also gives you a tremendous amount of light that shines away from the trailer inside the wheel, and it will reflect onto the roadway. Like if you go into a construction zone where they get K-wall, that will shoot a tremendous amount of light onto the K-wall and give you a really good definition of how close you really are to the wall when you're in a construction zone. It also puts a lot of light out to the left side of the trailer if you're backing up in a parking lot and there's curbing there. So I'm gonna put 3 lights right here, one by each wheel, and that's gonna put quite a bit of light out to the side of the trailer. All right, using our lighting control box. James just finished wiring everything up. Check this out. Got the new fender kind of installed. Just making sure I want it the right height and the correct width. Check out these bright ass lights. See how that fender's gonna glow? Oh yeah, it's stupid bright. But you see, I can look in there and I can see my brakes. I can see everything. It's gonna light that wheel well up really well. And you can see that brake clearly. That's the whole idea. But you can also see light here on the floor. Like I said, you can see this will be reflecting all around. You can see the reflection in the boat. Now, obviously the wheels will be in the way. But when you're rolling down the road, it's going to put out quite a bit of light. And that's what I want to see. All right, pretty much done with this project. All right, we're back outside with the trailer. You can see we got the lights all fixed up. New fenders on it. All stainless bolts. Every place where we took bolts off, we put new stainless bolts back in place. Some of the bolts in this trailer are not stainless. Like the ones that are here. And we'll go to stainless on those very soon. Probably have to adjust them to get them underneath this boat. This is the Scout. It's a 32-foot Scout. It's absolutely a beautiful boat. And it'll look good on a trailer. But so far, it's all ready to go. Our trusty zero turn. Put new chains on it. They're pretty. And we're gonna get loaded up. Everything on it's done. Got the rock lights mounted in there. I'm gonna take it over to the truck wash and get it washed out once you get the boat on it. See the rock lights hiding in there? Yeah, we're gonna get all this grease and all that shot. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it's gonna look once the boat's all mounted up on it. It'll be good to go. All right, and just like magic, the boat is on the trailer, ready to go. We're taking her down to South Florida. She gets delivered. So this is a tender to a yacht. You know, some people have little bitty inflatable dinghies. My man's got this thing following his big yacht. That's what this tow bit thing here is for. This hooks up to his tow rope and he hooks this to a mooring ball. But yep, on the trailer, all set up, target bunks, perfectly set up. Got the axles shifted back a little bit. I can't wait to tow this boat and see what she does. Look at them old fenders. Oh, man. James sprayed down these weeds. I didn't realize there was barbed wire on that. Check that out. James sprayed down these weeds this weekend, and whoo, it killed that stuff quick. I gotta get the yard guy to come in here and clean this up. I need to get out here and clean this boat. This thing's nasty. More work, more work. Gotta make it right before I deliver it. Perfect setup. Sits on that trailer right. Just the way it's supposed to. Y'all have a blessed day. Let's go, Brandon.